Hello, this is for those of you that want to put in on a bypass oil filter system for your 2006 diesel Jetta. This is the design I came up with a few years back. Just been letting it test and see how it goes. But it's been going quite well. I have to say, it was a real chore trying to figure out a place to put it, the bypass oil filter, for the mount. So what I came up with was I plumbed it down behind the left front fender. That was the only space available. See if you can get the light in there. And I've mounted it to the frame rail. Done my annual oil change. First couple of years I would just do 10,000 mile oil change with them, because that's about all I drove. I did it annually. May was my month, and the first year the oil came back, said it was good for another 7,000 miles after I did the oil sample test, and then I changed it anyway. The next year I set it off, came back, and instead of being in the amber zone, the oil came back green. It came back new, which was amazing, because this bypass oil filter and the Amsoil 5W40, the red formula. So changed it out, and so plumbed it down through here with the hoses that came with the bypass oil filter kit. Put on a protector on all the lines, and then this was the complicated part that took me a long time to figure out. So I put on a swivel fitting here, so that way I could take off my oil cap whenever I wanted to add oil, which honestly this car doesn't use up hardly any oil. The more I drive it, the tighter it gets. This year I lost a little bit of oil, maybe a couple of ounces, but I mean it still stayed full the whole year. Didn't have to add any. So what I did, this cap, for those of you that are uninitiated, is actually a two-part cap. It's a two-piece rather, and it comes apart right here at the seam. Well, it might be incorrect. I think it might come apart up here. It's been a couple years since I modified it, but got in there with my Dremel, trimmed that, and then opened it up, trimmed the inside, made a hole so that the port could come through there, and I used high temperature sealant for putting engine seals on, and that's how I got everything to be oil and pressure tight. And so swivel fitting works fantastically to allow me to take my oil cap on and off. That was one of the bigger problems I came up with. Have the pet cock up here so that if you do want to do oil sampling mid-year, the recommendation from Amsoil is every 10,000 miles, which is the the oil change interval that is recommended by the dealership, you change out your high flow oil filter every 10,000 miles, and then every other oil change you change out your bypass oil filter, which on this car is the EA Bravo Bypass 90, so the EA BP 90. And you know, I didn't really bother after last year. The oil came back so well. I actually let my oil run a little past a year, which for me, I had a really light driving year. My car sat a lot just because of the nature of my job, and I you know, didn't have too much. It went longer than a year, so it's now August. Normally I do it in May, so went over a year by about 3 months. And one of the other big problems was I had to I apologize for the light, but I had to redirect the heater core line. Let's see if I can get some more light in there. There you go. And so I picked up all of these extra little 90 degrees and hose clamps and everything at Napa. The guys at Napa actually one of them actually jumped in and helped me do this part myself because I'd never done it before. So I was really impressed with their customer service. It kind of blew me away. And then the way I took the oil off of the car was just take it off the oil pressure sensor. So that came off into a T where I put the sensor, and then coming out the other side of the T was this oil line that's coming out right there, the one that's in the center of the screen right now, and then take it over to the mount. But for those of you that have been thinking about this, that was my fix. It's been rock solid for going on 4 years now, and I have to say that I picked up about 4% on my fuel economy from before putting it on to after. I was running Mobil 1 before I started doing all this. Went ahead and went to the Amsoil European formula and put on this bypass oil filter kit. Picked up 4% at going about 70 miles an hour on the speedometer. And it's really helped my car. Cleaned out the engine. I couldn't believe how clean the engine got after the second year of running the bypass oil filter kit. So hope this helps you all, and like the video if this helped. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.